how will I ever meet people if I move to Bluffton or Hilton Head? How will I meet people in the Lowcountry? I'm going to be leaving all my friends that I've had for 30, 35, 40 years, and I'm going to go to an area where I really don't know anybody. To find the answer to that question, or those questions, stay tuned, subscribe, and let's take a deep dive on this. So for over 35 years, I've been selling real estate to retirees, pre-retirees, people relocating to the South. And we've been here for quite a few years now, and it's the same story. It's just a different location. And the big question is, first of all, the husband, and I'm being super general here, the husband, let's just say he's a golfer or a big tennis player, and he can go out, he can meet the guys, he can play golf. It's really not hard to do. You play golf a couple of times with a group of men, and they'll say, hey, we play on Tuesdays, you want to join us? That type of thing. But the lady, let's just say, being general, that she doesn't play golf and she doesn't play tennis. She has other interests. So she's sitting up in Pennsylvania or Connecticut or Ohio or someplace up there, and she's thinking, oh boy, where am I going to meet people? Because Joe can play golf and he's good and he loves golf, but where am I going to meet people? So this has always been a big issue, and a lot of times it's a hidden issue that they don't really talk about that much. So what I thought I would do is I made some notes here. One thing to understand is, for the most part, you're living in a neighborhood up north. You meet people on your street, you meet people through work, you meet people if you've raised children through school, through different functions and activities, and that's how you meet people a lot of times up north. In a gated community, which we got a few down here, chances are you're going to live in a gated community if you choose this part of the United States. We have a lot of them and they're very nice. There's something for everybody. So it's unusual for people in the north to move down with all these gated communities. So the big thing is, right away you have like-minded people within that gated community that you choose. It could be any one of them, but you have people that chose that community because they liked it, and you chose it because you liked it. You liked the vibe, you met some people, you like what you see, and so you have a group of people that are kind of like-minded. We know they don't want to go to Florida, they don't want to go to Arizona, they like the Lowcountry, and they've settled here in that community. Well, right away you've got some friends that you can make right there. There's a big difference between a club gated community and a gated residential community down here. A club gated community is you're a member of a private club. Berkeley Hall, Oldfield, Belfair, Colleton River, Moss Creek, Hampton Hall. I could go on and on. Those are clubs that you would join and you're going to be a member. So are you a member? Yeah, I'm a member. Hey, how you doing? It's like that. If it's a gated residential community and there is no club, that's a big difference. But you still are within the gates and you have some commonality with people within the gates. Everybody coming down here is looking for a better life. They're tired of the high taxes, they're tired of the snow, the kids have left the house, and they're in search of a better life. That's why people are moving down here. So if you live in a gated community that's not a club and they don't even have a golf course, as an example, the Haven. Oh, there's several. There's a lot more than several. But they have a list of social clubs, organizations, all of that, and they hand it out each month. Because I've taken prospects through, and they'll hand my client the list of the calendar, and they're going, wow, look at that. So you automatically can get involved with your community's social calendar. All you have to do is walk out the door, and if they have a yoga session going on, it'll be your first visit. By the end of the yoga session, you've made a few friends, trust me. Okay, so we've established the fact that each community, whether it's a club or a gated residential community, there are tons of social functions going on, clubs to join, all kinds of things. So everything from sewing to photography to nature club to painting, art, sculpture, you name it. I mean, it's got all these different clubs and organizations within the community. Another area you can meet people are churches. We have all kinds of denominations in churches all over the area. And once again, you're getting people that have come down to this area in search of a better life. I mean, not a lot of people are really born and raised in Bluffton or Hilton Head. Yes, there are some, but a lot of these people are coming down here settling down. So churches, you'll meet, all the churches have a huge social calendar of where you could volunteer. And speaking of volunteer, that is the next category. This whole area has a lot of people that they want to give back. They want to get involved with charities. They want to volunteer. There's a lot of people that want to do that, and it's everywhere. We have a fantastic library system in this area. So volunteering is another huge thing where you can meet people. The Women's Hilton Head Association. It's actually called WAHHI. You can look it up on the internet. It's people from Bluffton, Hilton Head Island, and they meet once a month, and it's all women. And they all go in there, and they have speakers in there, and they have a great agenda. My wife has been to that, and it's fantastic. So you have a huge organization right there. Speaking of my wife, she recently joined Silver Liners. She used to be a flight attendant for TWA, and there's a whole chapter at Savannah and this area, and they meet once a month, and it's all retired flight attendants. They all have something in common. They were going 600 miles an hour in a steel tube, so they have something in common. And over 90 airlines are represented. So she's meeting people that way. The other one is educational opportunities. If you take advantage of the University of South Carolina, Beaufort, which I did a video on that last year, you can take all these classes, and when you go to take the class, you're going to meet people that way also. So it's a great way to meet people. Part-time jobs. I mean, there's all kinds of work around here for part-time people who just want to be active, get out and meet people. We just had a friend of ours, she got a part-time job with one of the gated communities around here as like a receptionist. So it's just part-time, but she loves it. She's meeting people, it's an active environment, so there you go, part-time job. Bible Study Fellowship is another huge opportunity because it's worldwide. My wife actually ran it for 13 years, this particular chapter, and they have all kinds of Bible study within this area. And there's people, because I've met a lot of them in these different communities, that attend things like that. So if you're interested in that type of thing, we have that down here. And volunteers to be on boards within the gated communities. All of these gated communities are run by a board of directors, and everything's planned out. They have budgets and all that. You can volunteer to do that as well. You can volunteer everything from animals to people. It doesn't really matter. It's a big business down here, people with the part-time jobs and volunteers. So I hope that maybe this video gave you a little guidance on some ideas that you might be able to get into, because I know it's a concern of a lot of people when they move to a new area and they've owned their home in one particular area of the country for 30 years, and now they're going to uproot and leave, and your friends are going to go bye, and so you're nervous. So we've got you covered down here. I mean, there is a lot to do. I just rattled off this list. You can see on the screen all the different clubs and organizations that are in this area. So, and everybody's different. Some people are really into nature. They can get into the nature club. They want to go bird watching. They're sewing. I've been in a lot of houses, and one particular room is set aside for just sewing. And people have just hobbies, all kinds of stuff down here. So it's great. Easy to meet people. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. You can also share it with your friends. That would be great. My name is John Weber. I'm an associate broker with Charter One Realty. I've got a real estate team down here to help you. If you like what you see, please give us a call. Come down. We'll take care of you. We've got all these guides that are down below in the video. Even a guide on where to stay if you want to come down here. So there's no catch, there's no anything. We're just trying to help people find a new home and find their dream home. So please call us, get in touch with us, subscribe to the channel. We'd love to see you. And you're going to be so busy, you're going to be the busiest time in your whole life. Come see us, find your dream home.